Hey, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brother about your butt from the DC Church coming at you, giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kokadash, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Bashim meaning in the name, recall meaning spirit, Kodash meaning holy. These are the names and the powers that I come to in order to profess the 100% truth and Lord's will, seal the elect's faith. Shen Kabaga, will Rikaz, Kayin Abba Aith, meaning double honors to the elders in the process. GMS in these times whom the Heavenly Father had enlisted the 100% truth to, and Shalom will work with my Bakarim, Shah, peace and blessings be upon you. Brothers that out there that push out this word and sincerity and truth to you, I say Shalom will Barakum out them, peace and blessings be upon you. Now, without further ado, um, I kind of just got a little bit into this video. I watched the reel, and I wanted to get a little bit more into this, but the future is inevitable, and Esau Edom is destined for destruction. And if you ever look at life and you ever see like, you know, why are they coming out with so many of the same renditions of the same movie, and the same trends are always, repopulating. All of it's by design, because the thing is Esau's trying to break reality so that somehow, some way he can go around prophecy. But it's funny because every time he actually does that, or every time he tries to do that, it's pushing more forward into the destination in which he has to go, or which he's going to go, by way of prophetic events. All right. So the more Esau tries to recreate or break reality, or try to break this time chain, or use technology to, break or recant time, if anything, it actually does the complete opposite. It just propels him more into the future of what he's supposed to be doing. So Esau's in a lose-lose situation. And this is part of the reason why he's so envious toward us, and furthermore, why it says that he's going to be coming down with great wrath, as spoken of in the book of Revelations. But excuse that. I hope brothers can hear me. And I know the sound may be a little bit muffled because I'm in my headphones right now, but I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, and I'm gonna do some commentary on this.
Trying to keep you distracted, and why, no matter what they do, they've already lost. So what exactly is Project Looking Glass? According to multiple whistleblowers, including a microbiologist named Dan Burish, who claims he worked at Area 51's S4 facility, Project Looking Glass was a classified military program that began in the 1970s and continued through the early 2000s. It wasn't a time machine, but a device that allowed us to view probable future outcomes to any given scenario. The Looking Glass device was described as a large, ringed apparatus that
Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. There's not a monetized video. I'm just for educational purposes.
looks like something between a particle accelerator and a stargate. At its center was what insiders called the yellow cube. The machine worked by creating a controlled distortion in space-time, essentially bending light and gravity to peer into what might happen days, months, or years in the future.
Right. So being able to and see, this is the power that the Heavenly Father has allowed Esau to obtain. All right. You know, this intelligence is not because Esau's just the smartest person in the world and he digged into books and he was able to conjure up this information. No, this intelligence comes from being demonically inspired. Part of the reason why we're able to speak on precepts and get an understanding of timelines, and be able to get the proper breakdown of mysteries in the Bible is because we are inspired by the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. But you got to understand, if the Lord created, he said to everything in the world, there's two and two. Hold on. It's raining outside right now, so, forgive me. But it's in the book of, I think, Sirach. What's that? I can bring that out in a minute. 33? 33 and 17. I labor for myself only with other works. Might be a little bit the most high. There we go. This Sirach chapter 33, verse 15. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and they are two and two, one against another. All right, and that's really the main point. Well, really, it starts at 15, 14, it says, good is set against evil, and life against death, and so is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon the works of the Most High, and they are two and two, one against another. Excuse me, but the main point is that if the Lord created good, he's going to create evil. And if he created evil, he's going to create good. But good was always created before evil was created. Evil is a byproduct of good. It's evil is rebellion against good, but good was established first. And that's part of the reason why it's going to be the foundation of what's primarily going to be in the earth when the evil or the sixth trump is turned over to the seventh. All right. And I heard a statement from, I think, bros in LA. Um, it took 6,000 years for us to be where we are today, and that Allah stopped creating. That 1,000 year period where Esau Edom is being put headfirst into slavery is going to be the completion of all creation, and that's part of the reason why we're never going to die and we're going to live forever. I mean, you think about it, you like, damn, this flesh is not capable of being understanding the concept like that. But you got to understand, when we get in that extraterrestrial flesh, time isn't going to be a fact of a matter to us. Time is against us right now because we're in this flesh that is corruptible. But when you're in incorruptible flesh, time becomes obsolete, just like how it's obsolete to the Lord. The only reason why time is important is because the Lord had promised certain things to transpire, but he didn't give a specific time frame on, oh well, this year, the year of 2037, I'm gonna have this happen. And like, nah, that's not what happened. The Lord said that these prophecies would take place, and here are some hints that these things would take place. And there's a very good sign that Esau had tried these things, and it pointed him all in the direction of what the Lord had said. So the Lord didn't even give him hope, because to be honest with you, the Lord could have had these devices say, hey, your time is going to be extended, or you can break the time, or you can somehow, some way break reality by breaking wavelengths and light and bending light and going into a different reality or a different realm, essentially. Um, but the Lord didn't have that happen. He made these devices curse them too. The world is against Esau Edom. All right. So we'll go back to this. It's a lot. It's my phone. It's a lot.
Operators could input different scenarios and variables, and the device would project probable outcomes.
Right.
Think of it like a quantum computer combined with a crystal ball running simulations of reality itself. Some researchers claim the technology was reverse engineered from ancient Sumerian cylinder seals, suggesting this knowledge is thousands of years old. Others say it came from recovered alien artifacts during projects like Roswell.
I might get canceled for saying this, but most of the emotional weight that you carry every single day is stuff that you were never meant.
Either way, according to
Which we know this shit is reinvented. Just to say nothing is new under the sun. See, that's the thing. These individuals, none of their gods could predict the future. They could only tell them about the past and the present. All right, but they could never predict the future. And the thing is, the prediction of the future would never be anything positive for them. Okay, the future is, see, that's the thing. The scripture says, Yahweh shall say, he's the eye, he's the thigh. So if he's the thigh, these individuals that don't believe in him, their future is always going to be doomed, because Yahweh is the end. Meaning he's the future. He's the end point. All right? He's the resolution. And if he's the resolution, that means he's going to be glorified. Okay? So these individuals, they try to use devices to calculate what's going on and how, see what's going on in the future, so they can avoid certain things. And, oh, maybe we can prepare for this by doing this. And, it's going to be a great famine, but God is probably going to come this way first. Maybe we should build this technology so that we can fight against angels. Listen, the powers that we are coming up against these are supernatural. It's supernatural, okay? Meaning above, natural, above flesh. You're not going to be able to use flesh to fight against what Yahweh Shai is coming with. It's like you like plucking a hair off a line. Like you're not really going to do any damage. You though, you know. Anyhow, I'm gonna let you explain it.
Testimony, by the 1970s, this technology was operational at a facility in Nevada, and the military industrial complex had been quietly using it to make strategic decisions about everything from geopolitics to economic policy. They were essentially playing chess with the future, but the game was rigged in their favor, and for a while it worked. But then something unexpected happened. Around the year 2000, operators of Project Looking Glass started noticing something impossible. No matter what variables they changed, no matter what decisions they simulated, all probable futures began converging on a single point in time. December 21st, 2012. You know that date. The Mayan calendar, the supposed end of the world. According to multiple testimonies, when operators tried to look past 2012, the machine showed nothing but static. The future simply stopped. Or more accurately, it became impossible to predict. The elites who had been using this technology to manipulate world events allegedly went into what one source called blind panic, because for the first time, they couldn't see what was coming. They couldn't manipulate the outcome. Some researchers believe this convergence represented one of three possibilities. Option 1, an extinction-level event, solar flares, pole shift, nuclear war, something that would wipe the slate clean.
Right, that's where there was a lot of propaganda back around 2012, and I remember even going to the movies and seeing the movie 2012, where they said, "Oh, the Mayan calendar is ending the world, and the world's gonna end." And there was a lot of talk around when I looked together how the quote unquote world was going to end. But it's like, what world are we actually talking about? You know, and really what it was is just Esau not being able to dictate what's going on in the world. So because and this is shown to this level of contact with the nigga is, man. As soon as he's not able to tell you what's going on in the future by way of his technology, not just in the book, then all of a sudden the world is going to try to make everybody else believe that. He's the devil, man. And what is the devil? It's a deceiver.
Option 2, a technological singularity, the emergence of artificial intelligence so advanced that human models of prediction become obsolete. Option 3, a consciousness shift, humanity reaching some kind of spiritual awakening or dimensional ascension that fundamentally changes the rules of
Which essentially was. And this is part of the reason why Esau is so scared, so petrified of the idea of they thought black folks were going to be and not even like the actual. And this is probably the reason why he got millions in topic, propaganda and these other groups to divert showing the truth. The truth is the most valuable thing in the world for the time. And that's part of the reason why he said to do anything but come after us. Because he understands if he does, then he's going to have to bring himself to it. That's why I heard these things like some of this that Betty Juicy and this video is about us and to this is the historical needed videos about us. We try to demonize it, but the thing is really just people open up the door with you know when it's going to matter. Right?
reality itself. According to testimony, Project Looking Glass was officially decommissioned around 2006. The hardware was allegedly dismantled, research buried in classified archives, and all personnel sworn to silence. But the question is, why would they shut down the most powerful tool they ever had? According to the researchers, they didn't shut it down because it stopped working. They shut it down because of what it was telling them. Remember that convergence point we talked about? According to insiders, what the Looking Glass device showed them was this. no matter what they did, no matter how they manipulated events, no matter what moves they made. They lose. The timeline convergence meant their ability to control the future was ending. The script they'd been writing for humanity was being overwritten by something bigger, whether you want to call it collective consciousness, divine intervention, or just the natural evolution of humanity. Humanity waking up. They could see themselves losing control, and there was nothing they could do to stop it. Dan Burish claimed that the looking glass showed a future where humanity awakens to the truth, where the old systems of control collapse, where people reclaim their sovereignty. And past 2012, that future became inevitable. They couldn't rewrite the script anymore. What happens next is something that might actually explain why your reality feels broken. The elites, who had been using Project Looking Glass for decades, suddenly found themselves staring at an unavoidable future where they lose everything.